Understood. Here's the text, returned exactly as provided. This happened when I was 13 years old, during a sweltering summer in southern Vietnam. My mom decided to take me and my two siblings, my older brother and younger sister, back to our grandmother's house in a coastal town in Bang Tre province for the holidays. At first, we planned to rent a homestay near the beach for convenience, but once Grandma heard about it, she insisted we stay at her house instead. "The house is big enough for everyone," she said. "No point wasting money." Grandma's house was old, very old. It had been standing for more than 70 years. The brick walls were mossy, the red tile roof creaked with the wind, and the floor was covered in vintage floral tiles that stayed cool no matter how hot it got outside. None of us kids were particularly excited. We'd heard plenty of eerie stories about the house growing up. Whispers in the kitchen at night, the sound of footsteps pacing the upstairs hall, and shadows passing by windows when no one was there. My mom laughed it off. "Just silly neighbor talk to scare kids," she said. "If anything weird happens, we'll pack up and go stay with Aunt Num right away." And so began our summer holiday. The days were filled with trips to the beach, local markets, grilled fish, fresh coconuts, and lazy afternoons in hammocks under the shade. It was peaceful. Idyllic, even. We almost forgot about the rumors. Until that night. It was oppressively hot. So hot the old fans just blew around warm air. Sweat soaked our clothes, and none of us could sleep. My mom suggested we all sleep on the rooftop terrace for fresh air. It wasn't a real rooftop, more like an open space on top of the house, used mostly for drying clothes. No roof. Just open sky. We cleaned the floor, laid out mats and pillows, and arranged ourselves in a row. My brother fell asleep first, then my sister, then me, right next to the door leading back inside. The breeze was gentle, the night was quiet, and soon I drifted off into sleep. Then I heard it, a voice, soft, gentle, but unmistakably calling my name. My eyes snapped open, my heart was pounding. I sat up, looked around, everyone else was still asleep. The night remained still. I whispered, "Who's there?" No answer. Cautiously, I got up and stepped toward the hallway. A dim fluorescent light flickered at the stairwell below. And that's when I saw her. At the bottom of the stairs stood a girl in a white dress. Her long black hair covered part of her face. She was staring directly at me, but something was horribly wrong. Her neck, it was bent back at an unnatural angle. Her face tilted skyward as if glued to the ceiling. Her skin pale, eyes hollow, mouth expressionless. Her head was twisted so far back it looked like it didn't belong on her body. I couldn't move. I couldn't breathe. She stood there for a few seconds, then silently turned and walked away. Her figure glided into the darkness, disappearing into the hallway. I stood frozen. My legs refused to move. When I finally managed to return to my mat, I wrapped myself tightly in the blanket and shut my eyes. My heart wouldn't stop pounding. I lay there, wide awake, until morning light broke. After that night, I never looked down that hallway again. A week later, as I sat drinking tea with Grandma on the front porch, I worked up the courage to ask her, "Grandma, has anything ever happened? Up on the rooftop?" She paused. Her eyes softened. Then she said quietly, 10 years ago, there was a little girl from the neighborhood. Her name was Lynn. She was just 12. No one knew what was wrong. But one night, she climbed up to our rooftop and jumped. By the time we found her, it was too late. Her family moved away after that. But some folks still say they see a white figure walking the upper hallway at night. My skin turned cold. I didn't need to ask anymore. I knew exactly who I saw that night. It was Lynn.